What have you learnt about technology from the process of constructing this product? There are many technologies involved in the construction of our product, not only in terms of actual product but also for the research. Firstly, we used technology for our research. We used a website called SurveyMonkey to produce a questionnaire which we asked 20 people of various ages to answer. We decided to produce our questionnaire using technology rather than a hard copy, as having multiple pieces of paper can lead to some of them being lost. From using the survey website, we learnt that we could input our results onto a spreadsheet more easily, as well as creating graphs to present our findings. We decided to create 3 workshops on areas of filming that we were not entirely sure about and which we had considered using in our film. First, we filmed ourselves trying different methods of all 3 techniques, and then we used Final Cut to edit them by including a voiceover. The workshops were on lighting.
We experimented with
different shots, namely focus pull and reverse zoom, and also to use the green screen. Filming. The camera that we used was HD, and so it gave us a clearer picture. Making our films look more professional. We used a tripod for the scenes where we aimed for less voyeuristic shots. Though using the camera and the tripod, we learnt that framing correctly was essential. Post-production. The software we used in post-production was Final Cut Pro for the film and LiveType to create the credits. This was done on LiveType and then imported separately. The first part here was all edited and then the music was added in afterwards to go with the beat. The flashing red was added in post-production, obviously, using color corrector. So it made it red, which is a key convention of horror that we wanted to include throughout. This part we slowed down and chopped up, and they faded over each other. It's a ghostly feel. The red again we added with color corrector. This part was all slowed down by half, so it was more intense. Using desaturate, we darkened a lot of it so it looked more spooky, and then you couldn't see in the background what was going on, you can just see dark, and then their faces were more illuminated. There we used an effect to make it shake, to make it look more spooky. We used earthquake effect. Here we added the clips in after the music so we could edit to the beat. We also used music from another film but chopped it up, edited it a lot to chop it up so we could edit to the beat and have pictures come straight on the beat. And as the pace quickened in the music, the pace of editing in the film quickened. With the sound we made it higher and quickened it, and then we turned some clips we turned so they played backwards, which gave a more eerie effect in some places. And then again here we've used colour corrector to make it flash red. We pulled it up into the red section, and then we increased whites and then we increased blacks to pull the black out of the trees, which contrasted a lot. Throughout the whole of the film there's an underlining sound that we used to link all the clips. Here again we've edited to the beat. We went into Boris, I made the colour font red and chose the font that we wanted, and then we added an effect, an earthquake effect, which we used earlier to make the font shake. These credits we made on LiveType and then exported them in. Then we used the image and wireframe to make them smaller, and then we positioned them in different positions on the screen. So one came up higher, one came up lower, one came up in the middle, and we used fades to fade in and out the text. We ended up cutting this bit out after peer assessment. Here we used Boris again to create this font, and then we chose the colour and we chose the font we wanted. Here we again quickened the pace and slowed the pace at different points, and then we added the music after. Here we slowed down the pace. Here we sped up the pace. There was a lack of editing because we wanted smooth transition, which we'd seen in another film after textual analysis. And then it ends with a fade to black.
We use LiveType for our credits, which we're going to put in our film, and we decided this because it enabled us to use more fonts and different effects. So first we decided what we wanted to write, and we did this by analysing various films and the credits which they involve. And once we came up with our list, we searched through fonts and effects to get the ones that we wanted. We had to go through all of them. As you can see, there are many different categories. We had to go through all of them because we wanted to make sure that we could get the scariest thing possible. And here, as you can see, there are many different types. We shortlisted loads of different fades and fonts, but eventually we decided to go with this font and fade because we felt that it portrayed the conventions which we wanted to portray. For example, the kind of creepy scariness, and the fact that it's gradual is just like the film where the threat gradually escalates instead of being there the whole time. So as you can see, and then we simply replicated this and used it for the rest of our credits. We used it for the rest of our credits. This is the finished product.